Breaking news this morning. As a result of having to cancel 11 PGA Tour events and the delay of tournament golf caused by the COVID-19 pandemic, the PGA of America and U.S. Ryder Cup captain Steve Stricker have announced that they are tweaking the composition of the United States team this September. The U.S. Ryder Cup team will now consist of 6 automatic qualifiers based on points and will give Captain Stricker 6 total captain's picks, an increase of 2 more picks than in previous years. So the qualification window based on points has been extended 1 week until the completion of the BMW Championship. That's in August. Currently, 6 players who would make the team on points. It would be Brooks Koepka, Dustin Johnson, Patrick Reed, Gary Woodland, Xander Schauffele, and Webb Simpson. So there's still plenty of time for these rankings to change as tournament play resumes tomorrow on the PGA Tour. But look at some of the names currently in need of a captain's pick. It gets you thinking. Justin Thomas, Tiger Woods, Bryson DeChambeau, Ricky Fowler, and Jordan Spieth, just to name a few. So Anna, assuming things go as scheduled for this year's Ryder Cup come September, there will now be even more responsibility placed on Steve Stricker's shoulders for Team USA.
You're right, LT. The challenges that Steve Stricker and Padraig Harrington are having to overcome within this COVID-19 era are absolutely unprecedented for Ryder Cup captains. And Robert, just to come to you, what do you make of this change as a result of the layoff? Do you think this move from 4 to 6 captains picks was necessary?
Well, I didn't think the move from 2 to 4 captains picks was necessary. I'd like to go back to old school ways of doing the team 10 and 2. What strikes me, though, is how early this is and how early this decision's been made. By my count, we still have a dozen PGA Tour events before the cutoff to qualify for the Ryder Cup. And considering the strength of field in those 12 events, I think it really is plenty for the cream to rise to the top and for the best players to qualify. So I'm not sure why we need these extra spots. It's just going to make it a little easier for Captain Tiger Woods. I mean, Captain Stricker to select the rest of the team.
Coming in hot this morning, Robert. I will say, though, I disagree. I think it is necessary to do this because there's less points available. You mentioned there's plenty of tournaments left, but typically major championships provide more point availability. They weight those championships. We only have one major championship so far before the Ryder Cup is being played. The other additional point is because of the way that it's weighted between 2019 and 2020, you're not going to get necessarily the players that are playing their best in current form. It's still going to be heavily weighted to the back end of those point structure. And I think for that reason, it makes complete sense that they change this and allow more captain's picks to make sure that the players in best current form are going to be the ones on the team.
Interesting to me that Robert likes the old 10 and 2. Reminds me of my old driver's ed teacher. Keep your hands on the 10 and 2. But I think it should be at the captain's discretion. If a captain wants to have 6 picks or 8 picks or 4 picks or 2 picks or no picks, it should be up to him or her. And I say that across all of these matches, Ryder Cup, President's Cup, Solheim Cup. I think some captains are more hands-off. Some are more hands-on. If Steve Stricker thinks this gives him the flexibility, the comfort to put the best team together, by all means, go 6 and 6.
It's really okay. You're right. It is up to captains. I'd like to see the same across the board as well, meaning Captain Stricker gets this. That's what I want Captain Harrington to get. They have in Europe different weighting systems as far as their points go, and it might be a little trickier, but if you're going to give one team 6 picks, the other team should also get 6 picks. It just hasn't been announced yet whether that's going to happen or not.
With the luxury of now having 6 picks, Steve Stricker obviously has more control over who makes that team. And looking at that list there, you've got some obvious names just on the cusp of that bubble in the likes of Justin Thomas. But as you go further down, you're looking at players like Ricky Fowler, Jordan Spieth, even someone like Colin Morikawa, Paige. Is there someone that stands out to you that you think this new system could really benefit from?
I think it's Colin Morikawa that you mentioned. This is a player that hasn't played as much in 2019. In fact, I didn't even see his name on the list. It was so far down. So I think somebody that has the ability to kind of prove themselves in current form, Patrick Cantlay, another example of somebody that's played well of late, moved up the world rankings, but hasn't made as much of a dent on the point system, I think would benefit from this new additional picks.
I'm intrigued by Matt Wolff, Colin Morikawa's kind of road buddy. Watching him compete at the TaylorMade driving relief, the length of his driver, I imagine that would put some pressure on an opponent. So, we've talked about these young players. Let's get Colin Morikawa in there. Let's get Matt Wolff in there and kind of see what they can do. I've seen what Matt Wolff can do. That would put a lot of pressure, I believe, on Team Europe in match play.